Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for August. I hope you guys are all well. I do want to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with every Leo out there. Just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for a different Leo. All right? So we're going to start with your current energy, Leo, and then we're going to look at the month of August week by week all the way up to the end. So, as always, don't force yourself into a reading or even a part of a reading that's not for you. Just take what resonates. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? What would you like Leo to know for August? All right, Five of Wands in the reverse. There's some changes that are happening here for you. I feel like these changes are resolution of conflict. We have the Empress in the reverse. So you're in the Empress energy, but it's in the reverse. You could feel disrespected. You could feel as if, things aren't flowing to you as quickly as you would like for them to. You could be questioning your value, your self-esteem, so be very careful with that. You could also be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. In the past, we have the Six of Swords. So I do feel like you started moving away from chaos in the recent past. There was some kind of a chaos and you decided, no, I'm not dealing with that any longer, and you began to move away from it. And that's what helped to resolve this conflict. But I do feel like there's still a little bit of something here in your energy that you're not feeling the best about. You could also be struggling with your finances right now, knowing that they're going to improve, but yet it's slow in coming. Why is all this happening with the world in reverse? So this is all happening because there's something that has not completed, a cycle that is not completely over or completely done. What's on your mind? The Emperor in the reverse. Ooh, so some of you guys could be dealing with a twin flame or a deep soulmate connection. You could be wondering here, if this person that you are dealing with, you could be wondering if they are ever going to take action. You could be wondering if, this person is ever going to get control of this situation or control of their life. You may not be thinking of this person in the best of ways right now because of their behavior. I do feel like there's something that's going on in your life. It could even be financial. There's something that you feel like you can't quite get under control right now. So let me see. Show me August for Leo. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. You're going to be resolving some things, but I feel like it's at a price. I feel like it's exhausting you. Your energy is, you're just tired. You're worn out because whatever this is has gone on for so long, but you are resolving it. It's also left you with a lack of trust. Now, in your energy, how you're showing up in this reading, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like you have feelings here for this person or for somebody, but you're holding those feelings and emotions back. You're not really expressing your emotions. There could be a little bit of emotional immaturity as well. Let me see who's approaching you. Some of you could be turning down new offers as well. Show me who's approaching Leo. Show me who's approaching Leo in August. I don't trust that. Show me who's approaching Leo in August. There we go. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So the person who's approaching you is somebody who's letting go of a grudge. They're letting go of some things that they've been holding on to. But I'm also seeing that, the person that's approaching you here also could have some financial difficulties or issues. They could have had a severe, like some kind of a loss financially. So let me see Spirit's advice for Leo. King of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, okay, so Spirit is saying approach directly, honestly. Make sure that you are making your decisions head over heart. But you need to be very clear with your communication. You need to be very honest and direct with your communication. So, and also don't allow anger. Don't allow anger to run I'm hearing run the conversation. I don't know why I'm getting conversation, but don't lean into the anger. All right, so let's look at your outcome, Leo, at the end of August. The Lovers. You may have a choice between two. You're definitely being divinely guided here, or this could be the coming together of you and a soulmate. So it's definitely good though, regardless. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but as an underlying energy, this tells me that you're moving very quietly and you're moving very intuitively. And your intuition right now, Leo, is on fleek. Yeah, I know. You're not supposed to say that anymore. Whatever. I'm still going to say it. Your intuition is on fleek, right? Because you are moving in a very intuitive way, and you're not trying to show anybody anything or justify anything. You're just moving quietly and intuitively, and it's a very gentle energy, but it makes people look at you like, what is going on with Leo? You're coming across as being very mysterious to other people. So let's clarify. Spirit, sorry about that. Why is the Five of Wands in reverse for Leo? Oh, Four of Wands. All right, so you might be married to this person or in a long-term connection with this person. Yeah, if you're not currently, you would have been. A lot of you are currently involved with this person. Yeah, you're resolving problems. Some of these could be financial issues, but you're definitely resolving problems. I feel like at some point, Leo, you couldn't see clearly, like you were feeling extremely overwhelmed, but now you're resolving these problems, and there's something to do with either marriage or long-term commitment that is affecting this connection. And I feel like you're currently involved with this person, or you want to be. Let me see, why is the Six of Swords here? But issues, regardless, whatever these issues are, they're resolving. I see financial issues resolving as well. King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you could have been in the past a little bit angry with this person, a little bit bitter even. I do feel like you're not currently taking any action towards this person. You could have been dealing with somebody that you felt wasn't faithful, or they were a little bit of a player here. But I feel like you've moved away from all of that energy. You're resolving things. Conflicts are resolving. And there's a sense here of stability coming back into the situation. So let me see why the World is in reverse. Yeah, there's a new beginning here because something wasn't over. So have you reconciled with somebody, or you want to reconcile with somebody? There's something that is not complete. It's not over. And with the Fool falling on top of it, this is a new beginning. This is you taking a leap of faith. Let me see what's on your mind. Why is the Emperor in reverse? Okay, so right now, what's on your mind, you're not happy with this. I feel like a lot of you are dealing with a divine partner. And you're not happy with this person currently because you feel like they are absolutely out of control. And I also feel like, you're wanting to resolve these conflicts. You're wanting to work everything out. And it seems like it's moving slowly. It's moving very slowly. And part of the reason it's moving so slowly is because this other person is not really taking the actions that they need to take. And so it can't really grow the way it needs to. And I don't feel like it's your problem. I feel like it's theirs. I also feel like it's kind of holding you back because you are in this Empress energy, but it's in the reverse. So, and you're holding back feelings and emotions. So because this person's not acting, they're not taking the steps necessary, you're not really nurturing them. You're not really giving them your feelings and emotions, you know, but you don't have a problem with them. You're just kind of sitting back in this high priestess energy. Some of you guys could be tarot readers, or you could be, you know, getting tarot readings. I don't know. But I just see that you're kind of leaned back. You're not going to chase after this person. You're analyzing it. You're watching it. You're moving intuitively. Yeah, and I do feel like at some point you're going to take that leap of faith. But right now, you're not happy with the way this person is behaving. So let's look at August for you. Show me August for Leo. Show me August for Leo. All right, so we have Judgment reversed. We have the Devil in reverse. Six of Pentacles reversed. Page of Swords reversed. So many reversals. Page of Cups reversed. That's in your energy. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of a karmic element to this with all these reversals. Ace of Cups. Love that. Two of Pentacles. Six of Wands reversed. And the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that you're tired. I see you and I can see why. This person's really not taking a lot of action. It's almost like, and you're not going to budge. You're not willing to budge because you do know your value and self-worth, even though this is causing you to question a little bit, I think. But what I'm seeing in August is that you want to overcome these problems. You're working to do so. You're doing your part. I feel like in the first week, I feel that this doesn't come together, but there's some boundaries that are being put in place here. If you're dealing with somebody who is either codependent or has addictions, I do feel like this person is working on it, or perhaps you do. But I feel like you're working on yourself. I feel like they're working on themselves. I still don't see it coming together. I see you being exhausted because it's not coming together. And in your mind, you're like, well, when are you going to step up? When are you going to do what you need to do? You're sitting here, you know, not really taking any action. And until you take action, I can't really nurture this. I can't grow this. I can't do my part to grow it. So you're holding back a lot, and that's what's exhausting you. So I do feel like you're working on yourself. I feel like this other person could be working on themselves, but I don't see it coming together. And it's not coming together because somebody's making poor judgment calls, and I don't think it's you. The reason they're making these poor judgment calls is because their money is not straight, and also they feel like too many people want too much from them. So they're overwhelmed, and they don't know what to do. Now, you're not really aware of this. For some reason, you're not seeing this, right? And so you feel like this person is hiding things, they're not telling you things, or even that they're completely lying to you. And you don't want anything to do with that because there's this sense of it being toxic, and you're like, no, I'm not dealing with your toxic ass anymore. So I do feel like this person continues to feel overwhelmed into the second week. This is causing you to really hold back. And I feel like you just don't know what to do. And they don't really understand why you're feeling the way you are. They don't even know that you're feeling this way because this person is so deeply involved in their own imbalance. Because they're involved in imbalance, they're not providing balance to this connection. Okay, so I feel like you go into the third week, you're still holding back your emotions and your feelings. And then boom, we have this Ace of Cups. So this is love. This is either new love being generated in this connection, which is what it looks like, or it's somebody outside of this connection. But there's love in the third week. You have this new beginning in love. And I feel like it is with this past person, because I feel like they're trying to bring balance into the situation. They feel you holding back. They feel you that you love them, but you're not expressing yourself. So this person in the third week tries to balance things out. And, you know, I feel like they finally take some action. Now, in the fourth week, I see you weighing up the pros and cons about whether or not you're going to kind of, you know, put down your guard a little bit here. Because I feel like you feel that you've battled this for so long, it's hard for you to put your guard down. And there's, like, you don't want to experience loss again. I feel like you experienced a deep loss with this person, but I feel like you're trying to decide, should I put my guard down? Should I open up to this person or not? So be very careful with that, because I do feel like some of you have grown accustomed to your own independence as well, and you don't want to give that up. So you're coming up on a decision here, it looks like, by the end of August, and it looks to me like it is dealing with this past person who is trying to resolve things. They've made the decision to finally take some action. I don't see you leaving the month of August being single. I feel like you're going to be involved with this person. All right, so let's see how your energy is. Show me, clarify the Page of Cups in the reverse for Leo. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, you have felt such a deep loss. Now, also be careful with your money, because I feel like in the past, in the recent past, you've had a loss. You've had a deep loss. And this is what you've been moving away from. You've been trying to get your money straight. It is straightening out. It is straightening out. I see by the end of August that your money is going to be looking really good. But that's not the only thing that's going to be looking good. This person that you've been holding back from, there was an ending between the two of you. And I feel like you even thought at some point, look, this person's never going to take action. They're never going to do what they need to do. And I just need to move on. Well, this person in your energy feels you withdrawing those emotions, and they feel you moving forward. And this person is coming back in. By the end of the month, you have the Ten of Pentacles. I definitely see you coming back into connection with somebody that you have been either married to or in a long-term connection, because you're showing up here as by the end of August, everything's straightening out in your life. You're surrounded by close friends, family. You have it all. You have the money. You have the partner here. There's loyalty that's here. And this is all coming from a situation where you've been really having to hold back. And I see it here in your August read as well. So yeah, there's going to be a game changer here in about the third week of August. Let me see the energy coming towards Leo. Well, somebody is very, very much so focused on you, because that's your card, unless you have another Leo in your energy. And that could be the case as well. We have the Sun, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Hermit. This is somebody who, and Virgo energy, by the way. So this is somebody who has been doing a lot of soul searching. They've been trying to think about what it is that they want, what makes them happy, what gives them passion. I feel like there was somebody else that they were thinking about at some point, if I'm being completely honest. And I feel like, you know, whatever that was more about passion, and this person is now realizing that. So this is definitely your person from the past. This is somebody who maybe hasn't been going out much. They've been isolating. They could have ghosted you at some point. This is somebody who has come to the conclusion that you are what they want, and they're going to reinitiate this connection. They're letting go of the past. They want to turn over a new leaf with you. Now, that being said, I am also seeing that there is a new person here. I feel like you will turn this person down based on your energy, but this is somebody who has been thinking about you for quite some time, and they've been waiting for you to release your past. So this is somebody, it looks like, who is in your energy in some way, and they've been waiting. They've kind of been waiting. So you may not even know who this person is, but somebody has had their eye on you, definitely. They could even be a little younger than you, but they don't have to be. But it's somebody that's been waiting for you to let go of your past. and they see you as happiness. Yeah. All right, so let me see Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice for Leo. Show me Spirit's advice. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. We have the Chariot. We have the Knight of Wands reversed and the Hierophant in the reverse. So Spirit is saying that you need to be very careful about communication. Make sure that you don't invest in dishonesty. You're to move away from that quickly, and that will bring victory to you. Also, you're to move away from those that would ghost you. You're to move away from the energy of how do I word this? It's that Knight of Wands energy in the reverse. It's the person who's just coming in for a good time. They're not there for a long time. So you're to move away from all of that. And all of that is actually leaving your energy. What's leaving your energy? Because of your actions, your decisions, I'll tell you what's leaving your energy is dishonest communication, poor investments, F-boy or F-girl energy. You're kind of, it's like you're breaking up with all of that. You're breaking up with anybody who's coming at you dishonestly or in anger. Anybody that's coming at you with just, you know, the physical energy and not the feelings and emotions. You're breaking up with anybody that's coming at you with a lack of commitment. Yeah, you're moving on from all of that because you're seeing all of that as a poor investment. It's growth. Spirit is basically saying you have really grown here, and, you know, continue to move away from those things. So let me see your outcome. Spirit, show me the outcome for Leo at the end of August. You just got the High Priestess again. You guys are definitely moving intuitively. I love that for you. All right, so we have the Six of Wands reversed. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And you have the High Priestess again. So what's coming for you? Well, you've got an epic love coming, I can tell you that. But you're cutting out all of these things that are not serving you. And that's why you're getting this love, the lovers. It's the amount of growth that you've done. It's the fact that you're cutting out all of this nonsense. Anything that has been unsuccessful, you're cutting it out. Yeah, and you're doing it intuitively. You're not asking anybody for permission. You're not, you know, going to anybody and trying to get them to approve of what you're doing. You're just moving quietly, intuitively, and you're cutting out anything that's not serving you. And as a result, you're going to have an epic love or a choice in love, a big choice in love. And it's stemming from something that at one point was very unsuccessful. But you've kind of learned the lessons. I can see you're worn out from those lessons, but you've learned them. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. That is a reconciliation. I do see a reconciliation coming with this past person. But only after you've cut out all the nonsense. So I will say that this person has worked on themselves and you have worked on yourself. And, you know, there was some toxic elements in that connection that I do see, you know, resolving because both parties are working. So, all right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for Leo. All right, so you have number 22. Now, I want to point out that again condenses to a 4, so that is about stability, but this card is immortality. So let's read that. Give me 1 second. You are lifetimes long, my seeker, and your soul has journeyed and traveled through skins and forms and elements time and again. In this lifetime, you're being offered the wisdom of all that has gone before in order to continue the healing journey of your own soul. You are surrounded by the energy of the peach blossom tree, a great old tree that grows deep within the realms, and those who reach it are small compared to its mighty branches. You are now climbing the tree of immortality, and as you climb, your soul is refining itself, becoming more pure, more wise, shedding everything that held you back. The tree of the immortals whispers to you that you are one of its children, and that you are immortal, and that you will return to its branches again and again in the lifetimes to come. The tree of immortality knows that you are growing strong, and it will offer to you now some of its vast wisdom so that you can climb further into the journey of the soul. Know that you are being offered time here in this lifetime to complete your soul's task, to be surrounded by beauty and joy, and to have aspirations for your physical form. You are asked to not attempt to force some kind of inhuman perfection on yourself. Instead, the tree of immortality asks you to embrace yourself and to love yourself with patience and kindness. For with this love, there will come a flowering of the soul, and the joy and peace which you seek will come to you in this energy of love. For now, though, child of the peach flowers, sit a while in the branches of the tree of immortality, the tree that has seen infinite ages, infinite changes. Watch the fruits of the Spirit grow and know that you are seen, accepted, and loved by this wise and sentient God of the forest of the Kitsune. That's beautiful. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are loved, and namaste.